What happened? First guy made it.
Hello.
Might be an Android.
Android user?
Nah, I see a lot of numbers and letters in his name.
First. Not last.
Turner Fent. Looks like it. I can read that part. Welcome. Hey DTUK, welcome. We're just doing a quick walk today. Not in terms of walking speed, but length. We'll see how strong the wind is by the East River. View 34 has a few balconies with decorations on them. DTUK says hello to Mrs. Commuter.
Hello there.
We're heading towards the East River on 34th and 1st. Mercury moments in Mexico. Hello. They're using a projector in there. It's chilly tonight. What's the temperature right now? 35?
34
Feels like 30 with the wind.
Yeah.
Huh? You can only go so far. We're right by NYU's Children's Hospital, which is part of their new building, Kimmel, that opened up a couple of years ago. The dog is supposed to be a donation to NYU. Top of the dog, they put a mask on the dog, but the top of the nose, I think they call this the balancing act. The top is a taxi that has windshield wipers that actually turn on when it rains. They're supposed to. I haven't checked the last time. Maybe they don't work anymore. I don't know, but that's the intention. It's getting a little windier as we approach the river. I can't imagine it being as bad as it was yesterday. Murkowski. We are under the FDR by the East River. We're on 34th Street. This is supposed to be a charter helicopter company where you can fly to the airports and other places for a lot of money. Across the river, you can see Queens, probably Long Island City. Where that alarm was. They were detouring traffic down here from the side road too. Because of all this construction, they had some traffic actually coming this way to get around. I think they stopped now. Our goal is to get to Stuyvesant Town because they put up a tree also, and the lighting was last Friday. I missed it, but I'm hoping it looks exciting, so we're gonna check that out. And that's our one and only goal. Relatively quiet night in Manhattan. Yeah, looking over the East River is very nice. A bunch of those buildings you see there are actually still under construction. Like this is the Water Club. It's a restaurant, but I think it's more of a, I don't know, like a catering event location that you can rent out. I don't know that it's been open since the pandemic. But I've been here once to a bar mitzvah. 1997. Our tree is also up. We are pending the lights. This is also a common jogging path. Nobody's out here except us. Maybe somebody's out here. Coming up on Waterside Plaza. Pretty large rental complex for apartments. They have their own little courtyard in the middle. It has a supermarket, a diner.
Nail salon.
A salon.
Yeah, nail salon.
Wow. They block it off July 4th. And they only let the tenants and maybe a couple of their guests in to watch the fireworks whenever they're on the East River. Yeah, the skyline is pretty nice, and you could see, well, the first bridge going in this direction is Williamsburg Bridge, so you can see the tip of Williamsburg Bridge up ahead. No, Manhattan Bridge is in the middle. It's the middle one. I think it's the Williamsburg, then the Manhattan, then the Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, when you're looking south. They close off the side path. So I don't know if that elevator is open. We could try to take it. Yeah, we're by the river too, and it's much less windy today than it was yesterday. Maurice, hello from New York to Germany. We've got a small forum tonight, nice and intimate, for our short walk along the East River, maybe into Stuyvesant Town. Hopefully the lights are on for the tree they just put up. I would have kept walking along the East River, but technically that part of the pathway is controlled by Waterside Plaza, and they shut the gates at usually around sundown, probably a little bit later this time. So we're kind of on the Waterside Plaza complex. It's serviced by one public bus, the M34. So it comes around and then goes from here to 34th Street and walks up. It drives up. They even made a little bus waiting station. Across the street in FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt Drive. That's the highway that runs across the east side of Manhattan. But behind that is Bellevue Hospital. If you watch TV at all, Bellevue Hospital is currently the setting for the hospital drama series New Amsterdam. They even use a few filming locations on site here from Bellevue. The garage we just passed by is one of the only decently priced garages in Manhattan. Probably because it's kind of far away from everything. But if you're in the hospitals here on the east side, it's convenient. And it's self-parking. Most of the garages here, you have to give the car to the attendant so they park it for you, but here you can park yourself. There's a little bridge that goes over the FDR Drive. It's a pedestrian walkway to get to Waterside Plaza from 25th Street, I think. So we're walking south. And this is technically the last stop on that bus, so it's waiting probably until the next time it goes. Who knows when that is. Nobody really jogging in this chilly evening. Hey Josh D, welcome. That's true. DT, I haven't seen it yet. We'll have a baby commuter soon.
The crawling commuter.
The crawling commuter. That's pretty good. Here on the left is the United Nations. Is it the high school or is it all kinds of schools? All grades. K through 12, United Nations school. I don't know too much about it. Do you pay for it? Private school.
You can buy it. I love it.
And there's a small, I guess you would call it a marina, but it really only holds party boats. It's just the United Nations school. I don't think there was anybody in the booth. Mainly party boats. I don't think they've been active since the pandemic. Ooh, it smells like sewage or something. I hope we're not pumping sewage into the East River, but I'm sure we are. Here's another garage. The interesting thing about this garage is the back of it has a float plane. I don't know what you would call it, dock? Landing strip? But you can take charter float planes from here to various places like the eastern end of Long Island. Postacci from Frankfurt, hello. This gas station was completely destroyed during Hurricane Sandy.
What year was that?
It was 2012, I believe. But it's back. It's one of the only gas stations. I know we talked about this yesterday, but it's like one of the only gas stations in Manhattan, especially on the east side. That's a very wide turn. Somebody actually is coming in here. Whoa. What are the gas prices? Let's check.
Well, it's quite expensive for this location.
Yeah, I mean, Manhattan in general, gas prices are not cheap, but here we are. These are US dollars per gallon. And this is apparently the cash prices, so I think if you pay credit, it's more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you're paying credit, you're paying 50 cents more for regular. When you need gas, you need gas. Electric. think they call this area behind this Solar One venue. Sometimes they do events here, but it's supposed to be a green energy arts center. Yes, I try not to take my legs for granted. I think the tide is very low right now. Maybe you'll be able to see some of the beach here. But this area I think they call it the Stuyvesant River Walk, or River Park. But yeah, across the river, you can. Oh, you can. They won't be able to see it. You could see Orion over the things. The sticks in the river. I don't know. I imagine whenever it's low tide, you can see them better, and so boats don't run in. I'd have to make it super dark. But yeah, we could see Orion in the background. Can't really catch it on camera. The tide is very low. I never really seen it this low, actually. Oh, it is way too dark. But you can hear the waves. If this were yesterday, that wind would have been intense. Oh, this is the Stuyvesant Cove. That's what they call this. That's right. Behind the FDR Drive, which is that highway that's elevated there, is Peter Cooper Village. And we're walking towards the Stuyvesant Town part of it. Peter Cooper Village is slightly newer, and the apartments are slightly bigger. They're all rental units. Originally built for veterans of World War II. Now they changed hands in terms of management and owners a few times in the last 20 years, and now all the apartments that are coming up for rent there now are market rate. Oh wow. Yeah, the water really receded a lot here. You normally don't see this much beach. Yeah, it would have lifted us off the ground for sure. This is much calmer.
Yeah, George Carlin had a bit where he talked about how when he was younger, him and his friends used to swim in the East River.
George Carlin and his friends swam in the East River?
Yeah.
Sounds like Kramer. Oh. I mean, I imagine you could swim anywhere. But I never see so much of this rock exposed. Hey, big dog. Welcome. DTUK, that's a pretty cool project. Walking the River Thames.
What do you think this is?
I don't know. I see metal,
Yeah.
whatever those are. Interesting. A party boat. Well, the boat that just passed, unless you mean the whatever was broken on the beach here, that is East River Ferry, and this is a new stop. A new stop that they've added. They added it around the time I think the pandemic kicked off. I originally thought it was going to be a way to get across the East River faster because they were supposed to shut down the L train, which is a train that connects Manhattan to Williamsburg, like directly, one stop. But I think people were very upset about that. So right now we're on 20th Street. We'll turn off and head to Stuyvesant Town. see what holiday decorations they have up. I mean, I'm not sure of the full regulations of the party boats, but even the East River ferries have reduced capacity. I just don't know what percentage. So yeah, we're in a very residential area right now. Yeah, retro Richie, it does, but I grew up here in this area, and it's rare that I see it that low. I've seen it very high once or twice where it almost overflowed, but I don't think it really overflowed since Sandy. Thank you, big dog. Where's this guy going? We have the lights. I also really like that website, oldnyc.org. You can see archives from different eras, and it shows you exactly where the photos were taken, at what intersections, what streets, and you can see some pretty cool old photos of old New York. Cool. Well, technically we're in Stuyvesant Town, Peter Cooper Village, but it's kind of on the border of Midtown East and Lower East Side. And I guess Gramercy Park if we kept walking in that direction. Well, we make a left into here, and this is now Stuyvesant Town. I think we'll cross the street first.
Okay.
Definitely a different time. Stuyvesant Town used to not allow dogs at all. These lights are reflecting a lot or blowing out the camera a little bit. Yeah, I used to work on Staten Island, and I had to get back and forth there on the ferry. And I remember seeing the old Staten Island ferry landing and terminal. Now, 20 years ago, not a single dog was allowed in Stuyvesant Town. The times have changed.
Is the ice skating rink up?
Yeah, there's a an ice skating rink here. They started doing that, I think, in the last 10 years or so. They turned one of the playgrounds in Stuyvesant Town into a full-on skating rink. That's right, you used to be able to drive your car right onto the ferry. That's true. I'm pretty pretty sure that stopped after 9/11, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Is there a better vantage point?
Maybe at the entrance to the playground, but yeah, they opened up a skating rink here. Yeah, I think this. I think this Peter Poops Scoops. It's a little ice cream van. But yeah, they opened up a little skating rink here. Is that like a little walker
Yeah.
for skating for kids? I feel like I've never seen that before.
I wish I had that.
Oh. Alright. Let's check out the tree.
Would have saved me so many tough thumpings.
Top thumpers. Peter Coop Scoops. I think it's an ice cream van. Yeah, this is a nice neighborhood. I grew up here. It's changed over the years, but it was a great place, I think. It's fairly safe. Hang out with the neighborhood kids. We used to play around the fountain here in the oval. It's the Stuyvesant Oval. No, we never went into the fountain, but we would use the fountain water to fill up our super soakers.
Oh.
Nobody stopped us, ever, so that was good, I guess. I don't know if that would fly these days. Yeah, these lights really reflect off the camera. But yeah, this is the skating rink. This is playground 10 in Stuyvesant Town.
How many playgrounds are there in total?
I believe there's 12 playgrounds in Stuyvesant Town itself. And Peter Cooper has 4, I think. Pretty cool. And they do have their whole Zamboni machine and all of that stuff here too, so it's full featured. Oh. Let's also check out the tree that they put up.
What do you know about the tree?
I don't know much about the tree. They didn't.
But it's a natural tree, right?
I think so. They didn't really. Well, they always put up something, but I don't know that they always put up a big tree in the middle. Yeah, they maintain this place pretty well. To the right of the screen, you could also see a small menorah.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
they always put one up.
that's pretty cool.
Actually, now that I remember a little bit more, this is what they used to do. I remember now. Instead of the fountain, they turned off all the water and they put Christmas decorations in the fountain. Behind the fountain, between the fountain and the tree, there used to be a security booth right there. The security booth is now over there. And what they did was, from the middle of the decorations in the fountain to the security booth, they would put Santa and his sleigh and his reindeer and attach it to the middle of the fountain, which was all Christmas decorations completely off. So that's what they did. I remember now. I'll have to see if I can find some photos of it at some point.
They also used to have like a swap meet, like a flea market or something.
Oh, that's right. We used to have a gigantic Stuyvesant Town flea market here. Oh, how many residents per building? So the building, most of the buildings have about 11, 12 floors. And each floor The Yeah, each floor usually has 8 apartments. Combination of 2 and 1 bedroom. Some buildings have 3 bedrooms, and some buildings have even bigger ones, but the bigger ones are rare. Now a lot of the 2 bedrooms have actually been converted to 3 bedrooms, so they don't have a living room anymore, and they rent it out for much higher prices. Yeah, I'm inside Stuyvesant Town now, so this complex is between 14th Street and 20th Street. I mean, this tree here, I don't know when they started putting up this one. I think this is also in the last 15 years or so. But they've always done something every year. And that's about it. I'll show you where they sell trees in Stuyvesant Town. They sell them at a different playground. Little gingerbread man with a candy cane. Cane?
Yeah.
Is that redundant? Candy cane? I mean, we all think of candy canes as the small ones you hang on trees. So do you have to distinguish it from a real-sized cane by calling it a cane? Candy cane squared?
That sounds good to me.
We're gonna get there. It's the first snow in New York. So this is where they put the security booth now. No security in it right now, but they do roam. They have fake segways. If you remember that 2-wheel device, they have more like a tripod one, so it doesn't have any fancy gyroscopic balancing. They're just 3-wheeled stand-up scooters. They didn't have all these spaces before either when I was here. This is their study room, which is like a small library and a general quiet space that you could work. Bring your computer. They used to have their own computers, but now it just looks like they have workstations for you to bring your laptop. This is a basketball playground, Playground 9, that also has a sprinkler that they turn down in the summer. And I don't know if this one added a volleyball court. I don't think so. It might have. But this is where they sell Christmas trees in the holiday season. I guess they're done selling for the evening, but this is where you could get your tree if you live in the neighborhood. The average rent, yeah, that's a little library. They have a separate kitchen and a small dining area next to the kitchen, but the living room becomes essentially non-existent, and they put up a wall. So the living room is technically there, but it has no window. It's very small. Maybe you could fit a tiny couch in there. But the rent here is now pretty expensive, I think. A 2-bedroom is definitely over $4,000. Well, the converted 2 into 3. So I think when it's 3, it's probably like $4,500, even though it's not a true 3-bedroom. So the 1-bedroom, I think, is in the mid 3,000s. And these are all non-doorman buildings. The intercom, so it's kind of expensive. They added a small coffee shop here. Called 5 Sty Cafe. I think because that building behind it is 5 Stuyvesant Oval. We're walking around Stuyvesant Oval. And behind those 2 very brightly decorated trees is Playground 12, which is kind of the flagship children's playground here.
Where all the cool kids go?
That's where all the cool kids go. They have recreation people here who work and are supposed to man all the playgrounds And sometimes they set up little games, like all across, which is just running from one side of the playground to the other. It's a race. Yeah, it doesn't feel like the city at all. But they did a nice job with the tree.
Yeah, I like their top.
Yeah, it's like a little star supernova. I guess we'll swing around the oval again. And we can check out Peter Cooper, where we'll probably wind down. But we're walking on the inner pathway of Stuyvesant Oval now. And in the summer, they do open up this grassy space, and they let you bring out towels and blankets and have little picnics.
They also have do movies.
That's right. They do sometimes set up where the giant tree is. They do sometimes set up an outdoor screen and project movies here. They do. I think they've done a couple of live performances too. This is the kids area, Oval Kids. And then they also have a fitness center, which now just looks like it has a bunch of spinning bikes. Little hiccup. Right there next to the restroom is the rent drop box. I used to have to run rent drops for my mom.
What's a rent drop?
It's literally where you take your check, put it in an envelope, and drop it in that box. We're just walking up by Playground 10 again with the ice skating rink. I wonder when they're going to Zamboni it again. Fountain picked up. Alright, when we turn the corner here, you're going to see the first snow in New York City. I don't think you're ready for this. Okay. Go. Here it is, the first snow in New York City. People are already snowboarding or something. This is just the residual Zamboni. But yes, this is it. You saw it here first. Hello, moonlight. Josh, I think that's just the Zamboni for the ice rink, the skating rink. I think it just pushes out the extra whatever. I don't know, what do they call that stuff that accumulates on the ice rink? Ice shavings? Yeah, maybe. They push it over into that pile. These lights really put a lot of lens flare out here. So we're approaching 20th Street again. Yeah, I hope so. We didn't really have much snow last winter, right?
I think there were 2 big snow storms.
But I feel like they didn't.
But I feel like it lasted so long.
Yeah, they didn't cause much trouble.
They were also, I think, conveniently over the weekend.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time there was a school closing announced because of snow in New York. It's been a while. A few years, I think. Bulk item disposal.
Yeah. Does Peter Cooper have a tree?
I think they have some decorations, but I don't know the extent of their trees. Yeah, Josh, it slows me down significantly. Snow. I can't walk as fast.
You gotta bring skis.
Bring skis. Cross country? Yes. So this is 20th Street. First Avenue's in that direction. East River and the FDR. Oh, trying to readjust this here. Are in the other direction. This is Peter Cooper Village. The sibling to Stuyvesant Town, I guess you could say. The standard 2-bedroom apartments here have 2 bathrooms. The standard 2-bedroom apartments in Stuyvesant Town do not. Yeah, they're very bright and they appear much brighter on the camera. I think all the decorations are over there. You want to go there or you want to just go that way?
Yeah.
Let's just go this way. There's a little tree over here too. Yeah, I think the lights are really exaggerated on the phone for whatever reason. Oh, hello.
Hello.
These lights are super bright. And some of the apartments are right next to them. Hopefully the shades block it out, but I'm sure you can see some light seeping through the sides. Alright, we'll check out the final holiday decorations for the evening. as it's getting a little bit late in New York, and I still have to prepare some things for work tomorrow. Columbia University is on the Upper West Side, I believe.
Correct.
100-something Street?
Yeah, like 120s, 130s.
Yeah, 120s. The West Side. They put up a small tree in Peter Cooper.
It's pretty nice.
I don't know that anybody's walked through the Stuyvesant Town Peter Cooper Village decorations yet, so I wanted to make sure I at least saw what they did this year. Yeah, I'm thinking that'll be a good place to walk through. I definitely did a lot around Washington Square Park, and that's all New York University. New York University is the university that's a wannabe Ivy League school. I can say that because I went there, but they're not. As we exit on 23rd Street, right across the street is the, oh, this light is so bright. Right across the street is the Manhattan VA, or the Veterans Affairs Hospital. It's affiliated pretty closely with NYU here.
Were they affected by Sandy?
Yeah, the VA was affected by Sandy because of all the flooding, and as a result, the VA actually, I heard they spent something like $13 million here to build a wall. I know it's kind of funny to talk about building walls right now, but they built a wall around the VA so that they can prevent further flooding from affecting it if that ever happens again. It actually caused some trouble at NYU Langone Hospital because they kept their backup generators in the basement, and the basement flooded, and there was no backup power because all the power went out, so they had nothing. So right now,
What happened to all those patients? They were diverted uptown?
they were moved to whatever hospital had room. A lot of them went down to Joint Disease that still had backup power. Other hospitals, Mount Sinai, Beth Israel. But yeah, so we're right now on 23rd and 1st, and I think this is where we're going to wind down. It's a short one tonight, but it's a school night. So, thanks to everyone who did tune in. I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the quick walk around Stuyvesant Town, Peter Cooper Village, and the East River. It should all be saved if you want to look back, see where we were. Not as exciting as yesterday's stream, but I don't think any stream that I do will ever be that fun again. But either way, thanks again everyone for joining. Good night. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.